Hi, my name is Lars van Tulden. I'm a data analyst at We Are You. Today I want to show you in this presentation which steps you should take if you never started using the personalization features in Sitecore. Starting with personalization is by far the most difficult part of it. Executing is the problem. And you're not the only one, because only 11% of all marketers in the world are satisfied by the level of personalization on their website. And in this presentation, I want to show you a case how we help and We Are You customer from a personalization vision to the execution of it. We are using the example of Van Lanschot. Van Lanschot is a Dutch bank, and Van Lanschot did have a vision about their digital landscape. They wanted to be relevant for the customers today, tomorrow, and in the future. They want to be relevant today. They want to start now, but they want to think about what do we need to have in the future. The first thing we did is that together with them, we looked at the Sitecore maturity model to check, okay, where are we now in digital maturity? Where do we want to be? And which steps we need to take in the coming months, in the coming years, to become where we want. The second thing that we did is we draw a conceptual journey of what is our digital and offline landscape is looking like if we start using personalization and all other opportunities that they have. What is our website looking? What is our mobile app looking? How is our mobile app looking? How could a banker use all those information we store in the profile? Everything, all those inspiring ideas we draw in one conceptual journey we used as a storyline in the organization to show everybody these are the opportunities of using personalization on our digital products. And then the process, how we start from a dream to start implementing all those ideas. We use a 4-step process for it. And in the first stage of this process, you start thinking about how do I want to use the personalization features. Luckily, Sitecore has a lot of templates and workshops material you can use, and that is helping you thinking about the first steps, thinking about which profiles do I need, which engagement do I need. After you did that first workshops, you start implementing all those stuff into Sitecore, but you need some months to gathering data and to fine-tuning all those profiles. In the meantime, you can already start personalization based on some simple ruling, which is by default in Sitecore. So you can start personalizing content based on if a visitor has visited page A, I'm going to change the component on page B. That's some simple personalization ruling, but you will learn by doing. You will learn how Sitecore is working. I think after a month of 3, you have enough data in your first profiles. You can fine-tune your profiles. You can delete some first ideas. You can add some new profiles. And I think after 3 or 6 months, you have your first setup final. You need that time to gather enough data to fine-tune your profiles. After that, you can start using the profiles. And if you start using those profiles for a month of 3, you have your first nice setup of the basics in Sitecore. And you think you can start thinking about, okay, what's next? And what we like to do is create a personalization roadmap. How are we going to develop this platform and make it even more relevant? Which functionalities we need, which information we need, which data we need. All those stuff you put on the personalization roadmap. And there is one thing I want to deep dive in for now, and that's how you can start creating profiles you're going to use on the website. In my opinion, every website can use these 3 different profiles. The profile of a target group, profile of a product interest, and the profile of a customer journey. And every website can use those 3 profiles because mostly every website have content about it. You see on this video the example of the Van Landschot website, and you see that we have content about products, which is now, and we have content about our target groups, which is open now. Most likely your sitemap will helping you in checking, okay, which profiles can I use. And creating a profile, for example, for product interest is nothing more, nothing less than giving points in certain different profiles. For example, if you take a look to product interest as a category, you can create profiles within that category. For example, a profile for investments, a profile for mortgages, a profile for asset management, and a profile for payment. And whenever a visitor is using one of those pages, you're giving points to any profile. And whenever a user is getting a lot of points within a profile, the user is getting that profile. And whenever a user is getting a profile, you can start personalizing content based on this profile. Take a look at this page. So for example, we are now on just a default product page about investments with a default heading, a default call to action, a default piece of content. Whenever this visitor is getting, for example, the entrepreneur profile based on his interactions, we can start changing content. These very simple changes, but make this page even more relevant for this visitor. We are changing the header, we are changing the CTAs, and we are changing the rest of the content on the page. So these are just the basics. What's next? Actually, at Van Landschot there was a very nice example a banker gave us, because a banker said to us, a customer demands that I know more about him than he knew about himself. And that was the point that we started to implement those kind of features. We started to ask even more questions on the website and store all those information into profiles. To this way and in this way. And we even were trying, based on logging in or on newsletters, to match those anonymous profile to an known customer. And on that moment, we could give the banker even more information based on the behavior on the website than he maybe knew about this customer. And that was the point that we even exceeded the customer expectations, because the banker started to use those information based on the behavior on the website in his physical conversations he had with the customer. It was not Big Brothers watching you. The customer was happy that we started to using all those information to give him the best advice. So what you saw is some very, very simple steps you could take if you never used the personalization features. You really are able to start tomorrow. And what you saw is some nice ideas. If you have your basics right, you can keep having a look to the future. What's possible? Gathering data, connecting data of offline and online together. Good luck with your first steps, and if you have questions or you need help, please give us a call.